Hello everyone, my name's Charlotte and welcome back to a new video. Today I'll be talking about my February TBR list, what I really want to read this month. I know it's already like a week into Feb, but I was occupied, I'm really sorry. I might already have read a book or two of this TBR list, but I thought I want to let you know anyway what I'm planning to read in the month of love. So you can expect romance, obviously lots of love and groveling and friends and lovers vibes. We love that. A little bit of mystery and a little bit of fantasy. So without further ado, the first book I might or might not already have read this month is Final Offer. I mean the tabs give it away, don't they? I've already read this. This is the third installment of the Dreamland Billionaires series. It's three brothers. This is the third brother, Callahan Kane. This book is about friends to lovers, second chances, small town romance. I really like this. I know this is a TBR, but since I've already read this, spoilers, I really like this. This book covers Callahan, who overcomes an addiction. The other brothers appear a few times in this book, which is really lovely. It ties this whole series in perfectly. I like the second book the most, but this book is definitely rivaling that spot. But I'm not going to say any more through this book because this is a TBR, this isn't my wrap-up, so I'm going to leave that for the end of this month. But this was the first book I read in Feb and I wanted to read as well. Secondly, I might or might not have read this book. Also, we're a week in Feb, okay? I had a few hours to read this week, so I took advantage of that. And it's the Hawthorne Legacy. It's the Inheritance Games series. In one of my videos, I mentioned I really want to read this series, and since it's quite a thin series, and after the first book, I realized you fly through these books because of the short chapters. I think I mentioned this in my last video. I picked up this series and actually the next book I'm going to be reading is The Final Gambit, just to finish the series. This story follows Avery, a normal teenager who then out of the blue gains billions of inheritance money from a billionaire that she did not know. So it was all very mysterious and sudden and no one really knew what to do, and this story basically follows Avery on her path of figuring out the mystery, the puzzles that the billionaire left with the four grandsons of his. And yeah, so I've already read the first book and this one as well, so I've only got The Final Gambit left. They're definitely getting closer to the mystery. I'm really enjoying this series. It's very simply written. It is very young adult for sure. Nothing like spicy happens at all. It's very cutesy, and I mean the romance is only a subplot, so I'm not expecting much, but I'm really liking the dynamic between all the characters and I'm really enjoying this so far. I feel like this gives a few royal vibes, and I feel like they fit really well into Feb, so I'm really glad I'm reading this series at the moment. Right, now to books that I actually haven't read yet. So because it's the month of love, what other book can you read than Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren? I have been meaning to read this book for years, like probably 2 years I've been trying to read this book, but for ages it wasn't available here, and I really wanted the other cover, the orange cover, but that is seriously impossible to get, so I had to settle for this cover. I am so freaking excited to read this. I've only heard good things anywhere, so I have really high expectations. Let's hope it meets my expectations. This book follows Maisie, who lives in, I believe, San Francisco, and she sort of tries to start her life anew again, but then she meets her childhood friend Elliot, who, in the past declared his love, but then she broke his heart. So this book is very much also about second chances, friends to lovers. This, like some books that I've mentioned in my other videos, sort of goes in between point of views and in between timelines, so it shows the love from early on and then flashes forward into the future. And I really like that concept personally. It gives me the suspense I need for a, contemporary romance. This has all the angst you will need in a February TBR list. I am really excited to read this. On the topic of romance, friends to lovers, angst, the next book I really want to read, the series I really want to start, is the Dirty Air series, and particularly the first book, Throttled, by Lauren Asher. So the final offer, the first book that I showed you, was also by her. This is an older series of her, the Dirty Air series. It's got 4 books in it. I own them all, but I haven't actually started it, so I'm really excited. Like I said, friends to lovers, angst. This actually has the grumpy and sunshine trope in as well, which I also really, really like. Also, this is about Formula One, so it's sort of in the sports realm. This follows Maya and Noah. Noah is the Formula One driver who only has one goal in life, and that is to succeed no matter what. And Maya is Noah's old friend, and he has become Maya's brother's teammate on the Formula One, so that's how they, meet again. Chaos erupts and lots of things, their life gets thrown 180, and I'm so excited to see where this series will lead me. It's an angsty friends to lovers with Formula One. What more do you want, really? I thought this is the perfect read for February anyway. And now, one book that kind of dances out of the line from my sort of lineup, because they've very much been very contemporary and very romancy, whereas the next book is neither, I think, and it's Throne of Glass. So anyway, Throne of Glass, I really want to start in February, and then for the following month want to, read the series. So I'm making it my goal to finally start the series. I don't have to talk about this series too much. I'm pretty sure you all know it. I'm pretty sure you all have read it, but I only hear good things about it, and I cannot wait any longer. I know it's very intimidating. It's like 8 books, which is why I haven't read it yet, because it is a lot, and I know the books aren't quite thin. This is probably the thinnest books of them all. But I am ready to go back into Sarah J. Maas's world, because I have read Akota 3 years ago, and since then I have not read a single book of hers, which, given how much I loved Akota, is a crime. But her other books seem so very intimidating. Even Akota has like 4 really thick books. So, these books shouldn't scare me, but for some reason they have. I always was scared to read these books, not enjoy them as much as people said, so I kind of procrastinated in reading them. But I really want to give this a try this month. It's also got enemies to lovers in it, angst, so I thought I'd stick to the theme somehow. So I'm really excited to read this finally and let you all know my thoughts, and I really, really hope for you all that it exceeds my expectations, because they are very high right now. Now I've got 2 books that I really want to read this month that I don't have the physical copy yet. One should be here already, but for some reason it has not been delivered yet, and that is Exodus. I can put it up here. Exodus, it is the second book of the Ravenhood trilogy. I have read Flock, the first one, in January, and I have been pleasantly surprised. It was different than what I expected, but not in a bad way. It was definitely an experience, let's say that, and I still don't really know where the Robin Hood twist and take is. I haven't found it in Flock. Maybe I'll see it in Exodus, but yes, that is what I want to read this month. It's about Cecilia, who moved into the small town where her father is from, who she hasn't seen for 8 years. Then she meets Sean and his friends. It's sort of also friends to lovers with a spicy twist. Yeah, I'm really excited to read more about it, to just read more about Cecilia's relationship with Sean and Dominic, and the mysteriousness that happens. There's not really much else to say, I think. Yeah, so I'm still a bit lost what exactly the story is, to be honest. I enjoyed the book, the first one. I gave 4 stars, so I think I'm really gonna like the second one. Maybe not because of the plot, but because of other things, but I'm not mad about this. But yeah, it's not here yet, so hopefully it'll come soon so I can read it. Alright, the last book I want to read this month, I also don't have it because it doesn't come out until the 21st of February, if I am not entirely mistaken. I will put it on here. It's Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. I have already read her first book, which is called Things We Never Got Over. This is the second installment of the Knock 'Em Out series, and it is very much a sort of enemies to lovers, small town, grumpy sunshine book as well, which, you know, I don't mind. I really love the first one, so I have really high expectations for this one. The cover is really cute. It's very similar to the first one, but in pink, which is perfect for February. Obviously, it's, you know, contemporary romance, new adult if I'm not mistaken. I really like this. This follows the brother from the first book, I'm pretty sure. He has his demons in him. He is a police chief of the town, if I am again not mistaken. He slowly shows these demons to his neighbor Lena, and she, you know, gets to know him on this sort of deeper level. And this has some spice in it as well, just like the first one. And like I said, I really like them. I haven't really read anything else from Lucy Score except the Things We Never Got Over, but I liked it a lot. I have high expectations for this one, high hopes that I will enjoy it. So let's hope it comes by the end of February so I can actually read it in February. So yeah, these are all the books that I really want to read in February. Very much romance themed, friends to lovers, contemporary, and very angsty. Like, wow, what a vibe. I'm really excited. The first few books I've already read have been a good start to the month, and I hope I can get through all these books and some of these books that I'm still waiting for arrive. Right, that's it for this video. I am looking forward to reading all these books and letting you know my thoughts and opinions by the end of this month. Have a lovely rest of your day, night, morning, whenever you're going to watch this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!